Bearcats fans, what is going on? I'm Neil Meyer of the Front Office News here with
JT Smith.
And we are recapping the Bearcats' 83-75 victory over Stetson, where the Bearcats improved to 10-2 on the season. Overall, it was a back-and-forth battle here all night. That is a very good Stetson team. Then a lot of people don't give them the credit they deserve. Obviously, they came in here and was a very efficient team, and they showed it tonight. So overall, I mean, Jalen Blackman is probably one of the best point guards in the country, and we saw it on full display tonight. 31 points, 32 points on 10 of 22 shooting. He came into the night averaging 22 points a game, and he was a problem for the Bearcats here tonight, and everybody saw that. I mean, he made John Newman's night very difficult, and Wes Miller even said John Newman was fatigued at the end of it. And you know, if John Newman is fatigued, he's had a long night and he's had to work for it. But overall, big performances for the night. Dan Skillings had a career day, 29 points, 10 rebounds on 11 of 14 shooting. Obviously, when the Bearcats needed scoring tonight, Dan Skillings was the guy, and it just seemed like he was playing loose. Everything coming into this game, he hasn't had the best of shooting nights as of recently. He was struggling to shoot the ball from behind the arc. I believe he was shooting 22% from three heading into this one, and he buries his first four. So overall, big night from Dan Skillings. And Victor Locken also finished with 12 and 9. Jamil Reynolds, big body post player down there in the post for the Bearcats, and he even said it in the post-game press conference himself. He quote-unquote said, "I'm a big-time post player." So Jamil Reynolds is back in action, now back-to-back games with double-digit points. And Bearcats fans, you're just getting a glimpse of what he is capable to do. I mean, he's only been out here playing in games for the last week, so he's still finding some rhythm. Obviously, Coach Miller mentioned some things in the post-game press conference, which we'll have uploaded shortly, but still a lot of positive takeaways from tonight's game. It was a chippy one. Had some things escalate there at the end. A double technical on Victor Locken and Jamil Reynolds. Trayton Thompson gets ejected. Bench is clear. It was a lot to unpack, but overall it was a chippy game, but it was a game the Bearcats needed, and they played close down the final 4 minutes of this one, and that was something they were going to need heading into Big 12 conference play.
For sure. They played solid. I feel Dan Skillings played probably his most complete game of the season. I mean, he had double digits. He had 16 in the first half, 13 in the second. So it wasn't like he had a very big half and it fell off. I want to say C.J. Frederick had a super solid game. His points don't jump off the board, but he had 7 assists. You know, that's a season high for him. And I just thought he played very under control, played very solid. Had a little scare with the hamstring, but he came back in, which was great. He had over 33 minutes. So without no Seamas, no Aziz, who else was out? No Aziz, Seamas. Yeah, no Aziz and Seamas. You know, that's just, you know, it was more minutes for CJ, and he answered the call. And I think Day Thomas played very solid. His assists don't jump off the paper. They only had 1 assist, but he only had 1 turnover. Bearcats only had 9 turnovers as a team. After last game, they had 18. They saw another zone. I thought they handled the zone so much better than they did against Merrimack. You know, scored 65 on Tuesday, then ended up scoring, 83 tonight. I thought the ball moved so much better, and it helped out. I just feel like as a whole, a lot of, they're kind of like a Swiss Army knife. You don't know who's going to really stab you. And right now, the Bearcats, when they move the ball like that, it's a lot easier to get easy shots. And I think Day helped with that, even though he didn't have the assist. 17 points, shot 50%, played very solid attack, got to the line a lot. And Jamil Reynolds, he did have some turnovers in the first half, but I thought he showed his passing ability, and I don't think Bearcat fans have seen that yet. And it was on full display tonight. It's only going to get better. He's going to get more used to playing with these young men, and those young men are going to get used to playing with him. I think Wes is going to understand how to use them because it's kind of like it's a big puzzle piece, and he has to, make sure the pieces fit or get molded together per se. So we'll see what happens. We'll have a video of Coach Miller, Jamil Reynolds, Dan Skillings up on the site, and also my man Neil Meyer is working on the recap. That'll be up, so check that out. We got a lot of good content on the Front Office News.
And we do have an update on Seamas Lukosius as well before we end this. It is a minor shoulder injury that happened on the last play of practice yesterday, but Wes Miller just told us in the post-game press conference this is an injury that actually stems from the car wreck they just found out. They said the school and the university just received footage from the car wreck, and Wes Miller called it a quote-unquote violent car wreck. So thoughts and prayers go out to Seamas Lukosius as well as he continues to really find his footing, because over the last few games, since coming back from the injury, the car wreck, he really found his groove the last 2 games, and then here we are again where he's hampered with another injury, and a string of bad luck just continues to hit Simas Lukosha. So really hope that we can get him out here on the court and healthy for a full healthy squad heading into Big 12 conference play.
For sure, and I'm gonna add that in, because if you listen to the Bearcat tip-off talk, that was me and Meech's highlighted player, and he was out. We didn't know he was gonna be out, so hopefully he'll be fine. And from what it seems, it's very minor, and hopefully during the holidays he heals up, and hopefully he can play on next Friday. If not, hopefully he's ready by Big 12 play. So, Simas, we're throwing a few up for you, big dog.
Yeah, so this is Neil Meyer and JT Smith of the Front Office News signing out here from Fifth Third Arena. But before we go, we just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.